Hey everybody, today I've got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile for you of something that when I first came across it I thought would be really busted, but after playing the deck I've realized it's not as busted as I had first assumed, and I'm still in playtesting with it. I haven't really been able to set on one particular build because there's just so many different ways to build this deck. But with where I'm at currently, this is Numerons, and this is where the deck is at, where I'm with what I'm currently playtesting. So there may be, is most likely going to be, an updated deck profile on this in the future, because I have not been able to settle on just one particular build for this. I keep changing up the deck, and it performs in different ways, but does what it does and does it well. Sometimes worse than others, sometimes better than others. But small announcement. May have noticed a little bit of a new intro there. Lately, for a while now, my deck building and card collecting has evolved, strayed a little bit away from Yu-Gi-Oh! And into the Magic the Gathering card game. So in the near future, since my deck building has evolved, the channel is going to evolve with me. I will no longer be your rogue underdog duelist. The channel will be, I will be your rogue underdog gamer. Because we'll still be doing Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles and Yu-Gi-Oh content, but I'm going to be trickling in a little bit of Magic the Gathering deck profiles here and there. It's not going to be 100% moving over, and it's probably not going to be 50-50 either, because I do still build more Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles than I do Magic. And I do playtest more Yu-Gi-Oh than I do Magic. So there will be more Yu-Gi-Oh content than Magic the Gathering. It'll be a little bit of a trickle just to kind of share with you guys that maybe some of you Yu-Gi-Oh players out there that may have used to play Magic or curious about it, or play both like myself. Or even, just share with some of the Magic community as well. Some of our Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles and Magic profiles. Just kind of like combining two universes, just like on Dragon Ball Super. Two universes are going to collide into one channel. But without enough of the announcement, without further ado, we'll dive right into this Numeron deck profile. Okay. We are kicking it off for our Searcher. Our field spell, search our field spell, triple wall, Numeron wall. Run 3 of those. That's been plenty, because we're only running 2 of each Numeron. So that's plenty right there. I put in terraforming and some other searchers like planetary finder and whatnot, but it's just not needed. Metaverse, it's just didn't need it. It was too much. Once I went through all the Numeron stuff, they were bricks. So just sticking with the 3 Numeron wall, and it's working great. Some cards that I've chose to kind of like for the situation, if it comes up, tribute your Numerons away to get a big body on field. I'm running Vanity in here. Vanity's ruler. So opponent can't special summon, but we can. And if we don't see Vanity, then or if Vanity doesn't work, since we are running a deck that is field spell reliant, running Earthbound Immortal, Kikapakapu. I hope I said that right. Because it can attack directly for 3,000 if there's a field spell on board, which is awesome. So these are our 2 main targets for if we were to tribute our Numerons away. And for our hand trap engine, just to be able to make sure that we can, have another turn, because Numerons get banished during the end phase. We might be wide open, so we want to be able to skip our opponent's battle phase. So double battle fader and double swift scarecrow to be able to skip 4 turns, or at least, there's 4 copies, so it's just that much more chance to see at least 1 or 2 of them. And continuing with our yeah, that's gonna bug me. Sorry guys, I've got to organize myself here. Right. We'll spread it out. Okay. Bear with me here. Been a long good minute since I've done a deck profile, and I do apologize for that. Continue with our hand trap engine. We are running the Psi frame with triple gamma and 1 driver. Don't like seeing driver in hand. Never like seeing driver in hand. It does happen. Makes me have mixed feelings about running this engine, but it does work. We can protect our stuff, save our stuff, negate, destroy. It's awesome. Another thing to get rid of some problematic issues on an opponent's side of the field, if we went through our Numerons and we ain't got nothing else to rely on, we are running the Fallen of Albaz engine. And to back up that Fallen of Albaz engine, and to synergize a little bit with our Numeron OTK, we are running triple gamma seal for 3 kaijus. Not that, but 4 kaijus with the Radiant, the multi-dimension kaiju. So, running a big fat kaiju engine for our Fallen of Albaz, and to help with our Numeron OTK, and to top that off, 1 more big fat kaiju, well, like a kaiju might as well be, Lava Golem, to be able to tribute 2. If they got too many monsters on their side of the field, and we want to be able to dwindle it down to 1 for the OTK, boom, Lava Golem. And all of these meet conditions to fulfill our fusions with Fallen of Albaz. So, if I was to cut any of these, it would probably be the multi-dimensional kaiju. And that's, believe it or not, that's all for the monsters. Very small monster package there. On to the spells. We're running triple copies of the field spell. Even though we're only going to be really using 2, the 3rd one's in there because we got that Earthbound Immortal, and so we see it as soon as possible. And running double Numeron Calling with 1 Memories of Hope for the draw package. I was running this at a 2, but I dropped it down to a 1 because I was seeing it when I couldn't use it. So it's nice when you see it, but not mandatory, But it's in there because we can. Then we're running for our OTK double limiter removal, because we can either get it off twice, or we can 2 so we can see it. And to help with our OTK engine, action magic double banking. So one of our Numerons is going to get 2 attacks. You're always going to want to save this for the last one. Do not activate this too early. Wait to activate this when your last Numeron is going to attack. That way it gets 2 attacks. That was a play mistake that I made in the beginning using that card. If you use this at the beginning, then it's only your first Numeron is going to get the second attack. So, because it's if a monster you control destroys a monster by battle, it can make a second attack. Or, you just factor whichever Numeron's going to be the last one to destroy a monster. You make that one have the second attack. You can do it that way too. And as an additional tech for this deck, running the Fang of Cratias for an extra special summon, and it'll protect our stuff. They want to negate or destroy, then we're going to destroy their stuff. And to get over stuff like, Mystic Mine, and there can only be 1, and all those floodgate back row that we don't like. Twin Twisters. And since Fallen of Albaz does have that weakness of needing to use its monster effect for the fusion, did have to throw in double Super Poly. So you can summon Fallen of Albaz on field, activate Super Poly, then they can't stop you going through with it. So he's kind of like a... I mean, if they got a way to negate him, Super Poly. If they don't, then use his effect and save Super Poly. It's a way to ensure the security that you're going to get your fusion with Fallen of Albaz. But double Super Poly, 3 was too many, 3 was cloggy. It was just getting in the way. Even the second one's kind of I've been back and forth between 1 and 2 because sometimes it gets in the way, sometimes I see it when I want it. So it's a toss-up right now. And like I said, I'm still in playtesting, but this is where the deck is at. So that's all for the spells. Alright, on to the traps. We are running a good-sized trap engine. Kicking it off with double trap trick. Been back and forth between 2 and 3 on this as well, but settled with just 2. And I'll show you why in just a moment. But for our trap trick engine, running double Mirror Force helps us get into our Mirror Force Dragon with the Fang of Critias. Trap trick searches it out. Boom. Fang of Critias. Mirror Dragon. Right? And also running double Evenly Matched because we can also trap trick that to the field. And in a Numeron deck, well, we're not going to have very many cards on the field. So Evenly Matched is essential. If I was to do anything with this deck, I would definitely want to fit in a third one of these. I would probably take out the multi-dimensional Kaiju because it's not a level 8. I would definitely take out the Kaiju to put in a third copy of Evenly Matched. And finally, back to what I was saying, why I decided to not run 3 Trap Trick was to run double Solemn Strike. Okay, it's not searchable by it. We needed to fill them, it filled the slot, so the deck was too tight for space for the third Trap Trick. But double Solemn Strike, best trap in the game, hands down, at least in the current meta anyway. So, and that is all for the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. Alright. And for our Numerons, running double Numeron, number 1 Numeron Gate. Ekam? E-K-A-M. I'm not sure. Ekam. Double number 2. Gate Divi. Double number 3. Gate Trini. Double number 4. Numeron Gate Katvari. Now that one was a little easier. That was a little easier. And for our last and final Numeron, running double, my camera would steady itself, double number C1 Numeron Chaos Gate Sunya. I was running this at a 1-of, but then I realized, you know what? That's going to help me get to that OTK even easier. Attack, 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 burn. Attack, 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 burn. I mean, the burn damage on this is insane. So, just to have that second one and be able to do it one more time is awesome. And, you know, even if they say they use a True King, force you to, or a Dogmatica to force you to banish from your extra deck, you know, banish some of your XZs. Just don't banish the number 1 Numeron Gate, and you leave both number 1 Numeron Gates. You got 2, 4, 6 other cards in your extra deck that you can banish for them forcing you to banish. Just save these 4 and go into this with your Numeron Gate. Just bring out the 1 and then tribute it away for this. Boom! When it comes back to the field, you're gonna burn for a lot, and they did it to themselves. So, and you'll be able to do that twice by running 2 of these. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. When I was playtesting, I was like, yeah, you're gonna have me banished from my extra deck, huh? Thanks. Just sealed your defeat even quicker. That's all for the Numerons. Alright. Now, we are running, since we are running Fallen of Albaz, running Sprind the Iron Dash Dragon. And this one is during your main phase, you can move it to another another one of your main monster zones and destroy all other face-up cards in that column. Now, when I was fresh to this, first play testing it out, you know, read your cards, because I didn't read it fully. I missed the whole face-up, and I was like, oh, yeah, they gotta be face-up when I read it again. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. Only destroys the face-ups. I thought it could destroy everything. But it's still good. It's still good. Especially with decks that, you know, equipped monsters on monsters. And you just move that over there, boom. Move it over here, boom. It's still pretty nice. Takes Fallen Alves and any effect monster special summon this turn. So basically, a Fallen Alves and a Kaiju. Also running Bree Grand the Glory Dragon. This one takes a Fallen Alves and a level 8 or higher monster, which is basically everything but, all 3 Kaijus plus the Lava Golem, but not the multi-dimensional Kaiju. So yeah. But and if they summon a level 8 or higher, then you can use that as well. Cannot be destroyed. This cannot be destroyed by battle. And while you control this fusion summon card, your opponent cannot target other monsters you control with monster effects. So you get this on field after, you know, if you're lucky enough to do your Numerons, and then you get this out with your Numerons to fill that last spot on the board, then they can't negate any of your Numerons effects. They'd have to get rid of this first. Because they can't target other monsters you control with monster effects. And during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard, you can add to your hand or special summon Fallen of Alves from your deck. So, and they pretty much all say that if this is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add to your hand or special summon Fallen of Alves from your deck. And last but not least, we're running Titan-clad the Ash Dragon. What this does is it takes Fallen of Alves and one monster with 2,500 or more attack. This gains attack equal to the combined original levels of the monsters used for its fusion summon, times 100. See, that's another reason why I'd probably take out that multi-dimensional Kaiju, because even though it meets the 2,500 attack, it's 100 attack lower. But after this card is fusion summoned, for the rest of this turn, it's unaffected by the activated effects of any other monster special summon from the extra deck. It's got 2,500 attack. They all got 2,500 attack. But this one will come out bigger than that, which will be by its effect, but it'll be unaffected by other monsters special summoned from the extra deck. So if they try and use an extra deck monster to negate its attack boost, yeah, it's not going to work out very well for them, because it'll be unaffected that turn. If this card is in the graveyard because it's sent there this turn, you can also add to your hand or special summon Fallen of Alves. So, yes. That's why we got 3 copies. And since we got the Super Polys, if you don't have Fallen of Alves, okay? If you don't have Fallen of Alves, but you got a Super Poly, we are running Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Takes 2 darks. It's good. It works. Does what it does. Generic for darks. And last but not least, our Mirror Force Dragon to complete our extra deck. So, Numeron package, Fallen of Alves package. Man, that's a tongue twister. Fallen of Alves. Say that 3 times fast. Fallen of Alves. And our Super Poly target and our Mirror Force Dragon. If they want to negate our stuff, we'll blow their stuff up. Well, if they want to destroy our stuff mainly. So, yeah. And that's all for the deck profile. If you enjoyed this video, please attack that thumbs up button. And if it's your first time to the channel, be sure to set that subscribe button. And activate that notification bell. And stay tuned for the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile or Magic the Gathering deck profile. This is your soon-to-become rogue underdog gamer signing off. Have fun dueling. We'll see you in the next one. I end my turn.